Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your first actual project for CVA for 8th grade. So today we're going to do what I call the Big Keychain. We're going to design something on here, we're going to 3D print it, and then I'll get you guys some rings so you can attach this to, like I put this on my backpack. This thing's pretty strong, pretty durable. So the goal here is something more flat than like an actual 3D object. So to make something like this, let's say we wanted to do like a, let's say a smiley face. We'll start with that. It's pretty simple. So I would put a object in the work plane. First thing we're going to do is we're going to shrink it down to about, let's say, I think the instructions say 3 or 4 millimeters, so we'll go with 4. So I'm going to click this button up top. I'm going to make it 4. And then the dimensions of this are going to be around 80 by 80, depending on the shape. So if you're making, let's say, a pizza keychain or something like that, like different shape, a triangle, whatever, you might have to adjust it differently. But 80 by 80 for around cylinders and squares and stuff. So I made that side 80, make this side 80, and that's about the size of my stop sign I have right here. And then we can add some things on. Let's say we're going to add, well, I'll do rings this time. I'm going to put a ring here. Over here, I'm going to resize it a little bit, make it like that. I'm going to do one of these. And then I'm going to group it. Sorry, I'm going to duplicate it, slide it over here. Then I'm going to mirror it. So I got these two goofy looking eyes. And then I'm going to do, let's say, now let's do a triangle mouth thing. Okay, I'm going to lift this up here. And I'm just going to eyeball this a little bit, stretch this down. I'm going to make this a little bigger. It looks ridiculous, but it's fun. So there's its a shape, and you could, put a lot more time into it. I'm just making you a quick example, so you're not watching this forever. Once you guys get into Tinkercad and get used to it, so this could be fine. You could do things a little differently. We could make all of these hollow. Drop them through. We could put those faces in there. Oh, that wouldn't work with these eyepieces here. It's not the best example, but there we go. The main thing you need to do for this is creating that keyhole to put the ring in right here. So if you're doing a shape like this, or whatever shape you're doing, you want to make sure that hole is near the edge of the object. That way, the key ring can actually, reach it. So I'm going to start up here. The keyhole, you want to make it 5 millimeters by 5. And what we're going to do is just, going to move it, that way it's just a few millimeters into the shape. Over a little bit. Yeah, and back a little bit. So we want it farther enough away from the edge, that way it's durable enough to not break. We want it close enough where the ring can reach it. So that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to group it all together. And that's about it. Now you guys can get a lot more detail on yours. It doesn't have to be a face. It could be a stop sign. It could be an emoji, a lightning bolt, whatever you want to do. This is your time to go through Tinkercad, explore all the options, and make something unique. So once you're done, make sure you take a screenshot and submit it in the assessment for this project, which I think is just called Big Keychain Assessment. And finally, I always forget this. Make sure you change your file name up here. So I'm going to change mine. Big Keychain. If you want me to print any of your designs, you've got to change the file name. I'm a stickler for that. That rule I always follow. So you want to print it, just make sure you change it. It saves so much time when I'm printing projects. But yep, that's about it for this one. Just send me an email, or we can do a Zoom if you need any help. Have a great day.